transition. Hello. I guess I do need to do the whole, don't forget, and there's sound. Mute. There we go. Phone won't be repeating everything. Don't forget to say hi. Exclamation point. All right. Mama, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing all right. A little sleepy, but, hopefully, it won't be too big of an issue. Other than that, haven't been up to much. Because, I work now, so. But also we did Sudoku yesterday, and even when, I wasn't working, it was, not a whole lot of things to be able to update in between Monday and Tuesday. So,
Right.
I'm ready for some Sudoku unless you have something to share.
Nope, I'm good.
Alright, then, that means Sudoku time. And then last time we talked about maybe tempting German royalty, but because it's got a 4-star rating and Elytron said it, we were scared. At least I was. Anyway, this is Elytron's second puzzle for Skojo's and Hat Girl's Imposter Challenge. You can find the first puzzle following that link, which I believe was, Fog Hammer Time. In this second phase of the challenge, each participant was assigned some other setter they were tasked to impersonate. I got assigned the brilliant Justin V. I didn't know about Justin before, so I decided to solve some of their puzzles first. Although I ended up only managing to solve one, I still had fun with the others. In particular, I liked Murder Mystery Sudoku and Domino Effect, from which I drew stylistic inspiration for my own puzzle. Even with my best efforts, though, I had little chance against Justin's real puzzle, Where Are You Going?, as it seems like only he could have set that puzzle. Nonetheless, I still like the puzzle I came up with, which is the following: German royalty. So let us tackle this puzzle. Alright, so German royalty by Elytron. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Crop key. Black dots separate values in a 1:2 ratio. White dots separate consecutive values, and not all dots are given. German whispers. Adjacent values on a green line must differ by at least 5. Queen's Gambit. Place 9 queens onto the board so that no 2 queens threaten each other. The value of a cell is either its digit, or if a queen is placed on that cell, it is the box number in which the cell is located. Queens may repeat in boxes, and digits may repeat in queen cells. Okay. I'm not entirely sure I get the Queen's Gambit stuff. So first off, if we've got a German whisper line, if I say place a 6 here, then the next digit has to be at least 5 away. Well, if it was to go up, that would be 6 plus 5, which is 11, which I can't place in a Sudoku grid. 6 minus 5 is 1, so that would be the only digit I could place next to a 6. But from 1, 1 plus 5 is 6, but it has to be at least 5, so that it could also be 7, 8, or 9 as possibilities. Across a black Kropke dot, they're 2 to 1, so if I placed a 3 on one side, it would be a 6 on the other. If I placed a 2, it could be a 1 or a 4 on the other side. And then white Kropke dots go in order, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 could be the possible order there. So, with that being said, the Queen's Gambit. We're going to place 9 queens onto the board so that no 2 queens threaten each other. The value of a cell that is either its digit, or if a queen is placed on that cell, it is the box number in which the cell is located. So, if I look up here, I'm actually going to go ahead and restart because I'm going to start thinking about the puzzle. If I look at here, what could this possible digit be? Let's say it was a 5. It now has 3 consecutive digits as possibilities. Let's say that's 4 and 6. Now, what could this be? Well, the only thing it can be is a queen cell. Let's do that in yellow. And for this to be a queen cell, it would then have to be a 2. Or rather, its value would be 2. So the center is going to have to be 3. Where we actually have 1 and 2 on the other sides. Now, I don't know which one of these 3 is going to be the queen. But I do know that 1 and 2 and the queen have to be in the grid in these positions.
Yeah, but consecutive with 3 is 4.
I knew that. I'm not entirely certain why I got confused with the 1-2 there. I appreciate the help. So that means that the low digit up here is going to be 1. Because the queen just replaces the value that is for the, I'm assuming for the Crocodilots and the German Whisper line. So I guess the next thing to consider would be, what could this one be? Well, it's going to be 1 or 9. It could be a queen. But I think what's more important is that these 4 all share, maybe I shouldn't do green. These 4 are all the same grouping. So whatever this is, it's going to be next to a 5. But then the other digit is going to have to be a queen. No, that doesn't make sense.
Hello, Electron.
Hello,
Well,
Electron.
That top corner is going to have to either 4 or 6. And then 3 or 7 along with the 5, depending on whether it's 4 or 6.
But for 3 or 7, we'd have to repeat. Let's say this was 4.
Oh, top left corner could also be a 2. Okay. Not because of the Queen's Gambit. Right, got it.
Yeah. If these are non-queens, right? Let's say this was a 4, it would be surrounded by 3 and 5. But the 3 would also have to be placed on a corner. But I could replace that 3 that's on the corner with a 1 by placing a queen there. If I tried placing the queen here, it would be a 1, and I could only put 2 2s next to it, so this isn't the queen. If I put the queen in the middle, I couldn't put a 1 on the corner, so those would all be high digits, and this would end up being 6 and 7 in the corner. And I think the top left corner could also be a 2. If I made it a 2, then that would be 1 and 3 next to it. But I would also have to have both 1 and 3 over here. So, I don't think a 2 up here works. Because even if I made one of these a queen, these would all still be low digits. And I wouldn't have room for the other. So I don't think a 2 works. Oh, true, you can have multiple queens. But they would see each other. So you couldn't put the queens like there, but I could put a queen here, a real one here, okay, yeah, and then you've got a 2 as a possibility there. Okay. Could I have 2 queens around the 3? No, because all 3 of them see the other 2. Because this one sees both of those, and that one sees both of those, and then that one sees both. So that still has to be 2, 4, and a queen, which is a 2. Okay. I still feel like this is important. Okay, is it possible to make these high digits? And 5 and 7? I think the answer to that question is a guaranteed no. Because I couldn't make that work with 1s in any of the positions, except for the center, which isn't useful, because that would just simply move a 1 off to the side, instead of the real 1 being in the middle. So I believe this has to be a 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, Electron asked, are there any cells that see all cells where you know there is a queen, either in box 1 or box 2?
No.
Also, how did you determine that the one...
I guess I don't, because I could put a queen as the low digit up there.
How did you determine that the one needs to be there in box 2?
I don't, because it could be a queen that's up there. Because I know around the 3, I can only put 1 queen around the 3, which would be valued as 2. But then, since I can't put a second queen, it has to be the real 2 and 4. Which I had immediately thought meant that this would have to be a 1. But you could put a queen up here to be a 2, and then that would be allowed for the German Whisper line up there.
In box, Elatron says, in box 1, can you roughly say where a queen needs to be?
In box 1, well, there's two possibilities. So for the top corner, I couldn't put a queen here because it would be a 1, and I couldn't put 2 real 2s. And I couldn't put a real 1 there for the same reason. If I put a 2, I could put a real 1, a queen, and then another queen. Well, I guess it would actually have to go up there. Hold on. That would be the real 1. That would be a queen. And that would be a queen. Or I guess this one could be a queen. And that would allow a 2 here. You couldn't get away with the 3 in this corner because you couldn't. It would have to be a 2 and a 4. But I can't put 2 queens on the corners up here. So around the 9 is at most 1 queen. Which frees up a low digit to be around the corner up here, which is either a 1 paired with a 2 paired with a queen, or a 4 paired with 3 and 5. Yeah, if those are 3 and 5, then I can put the queen in any position around the 9. But if this is a 2, then I have to use a real 1 and a queen, and then another real queen up here. Now, if this was a queen, then all 3 of these would see this one. So this one isn't this one. If this is a 2 in this corner, this would have to be a real 1, and this would be a queen.
Okay, Elatron says, okay, but there's a queen in the corner of box 1, but not in row 1, column 1. Is there a cell that's ruled out by that? Means can't be a queen. So yeah.
What? I think the answer to that question is no. The fact that that's not a queen doesn't impact the other queens. Because I know there has to be a queen in one of these 3. Guaranteed. If I place a second queen up here, because this is a 2, then that queen would have to be here, which would allow a queen in either of these positions. Which would rule a queen out of this one. But if I don't place a queen there, I could place the queen there, and now I can place the queen in that position. But I could also do here, and I can place a queen there. So I've found ways to place queens in all 3 of Well, I know one of these has to be a queen, so this can't be a queen. So it's going to have to be one of these two. But I can make either one of those be a queen if I make this one the queen.
Okay, he says yes, that was what I was getting at. Okay.
And then... yeah, it's so I know it has to be one of those two. If this is a 2, that's a real one, and that's a queen. If this is a 4, then that's 5 and 3.
I'd suggest coloring cells that can't be queens.
Well, none of those can be a queen. None of those can be a queen. That one's not a queen. I mean, I guess none of those can be a queen. This one can't be a queen because it would see all 3. Okay, this one cannot be a queen unless that is a queen, because I can't place a real 2 here, but I can't place 2 queens next to each other. So if this is a 1, that can't be a 2, even if this is a real 1. No, this could be a real 1 and a queen, and that's a queen. So I can't even rule that out as being 1. Okay, this is 1, 3, or 5. Well, it's not a 3, so that's 1 or 5. So if that's a 4, that would be the 3. Where's my letter tool? This is either a 3 or it's a Q. Uh-oh. And then all 3 of those could be a queen. And then this is 2-4 or Q. In either case, these are 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, says, I still agree that can't be a queen. That's a neat way of pencil marking.
And I guess technically this one could be a queen, because I could do queens there. But I guess this being a queen or not doesn't change its possible value. Because if this is a 2, then I've got a 3. No, I've got a real 1 here. And a queen there, which could be anything. But then I also have the real 3 and 4 around these. And a queen. And then if this is a 2, I've got 1 and 3. No, I've got 1 and queen. And then the real 3 and 4 are still around here. So yeah, so those have to be 5, 6, 7, 8, regardless of whether this is a queen or not. If I place a queen here, then that would be a 1 or a 3, which would force that to be a 4. Which would be a 5 and a 3. And our queen would be one of those two. No. Yes. If this is a queen, that's a 1. Because that would be a 4 surrounded by 3 and 5. Because if that's a queen, that's forced to be a 3, which forces that to be a 4. We get a 1, 2, which places the 4 there. I said this couldn't be a queen? Did I say this couldn't be a queen? The message before was... Well, now I don't remember why I said it couldn't be a queen. If it was a queen, then that would be a 2. But it can't be a 2. Okay. So now I know my queen is here, because this can't be a queen. So that can't be a queen. And that still could be. So if there is a queen up here, it has to be in the top row. But there doesn't have to be, they just have to be on the grid somewhere. Okay, so now that one can't be a queen. Okay, so this is a real 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a real 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's on a German whisper. I can't place a 5 there, and I can't place a 3 there. Or it can be a queen. Now, it can't be a real 2, 4, or even a fake 2, 4 that is a queen. So it's either a 1 or it's a queen. So that means this isn't 4. But it can still be 1, 2, or 3. If that's a 1 and that's a 2, that's a 4, which places 3 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. But if this is 1 or 3, then that's a queen. Which means this can't be a queen. Which means it's a 3. 4, 5. Because it can't be a queen, regardless of how that operates.
Eltron's asking where can queens go in box 5. That there, no, there's doesn't have to be one in there.
Well, I guess in box 5 you couldn't place it in any of these locations. Because it would be a 5 in locations where you couldn't place a 5.
The first cell of box 5, if the 9th cell of box 1 is a queen,
Yeah.
then it would see that. It would see from both of those, which...
Okay. I mean, this one just sees both of those anyway.
Right.
And this one sees both of those anyway, so that one's out. So it has to be, if it's in here, one of these two. Now, it doesn't have to be in here, so that doesn't matter. But this one, no. That one, no. This one, and that one. This one doesn't impact either of those. Okay. Oh, this one sees both of those, so that one's out.
You used the wrong color.
Oh, thank you. If that's a real 1, then that's a real 2. If this is a queen, then that's a real 1. Which would place a 4 there. And a 2 there.
Column 5 looks pretty gray.
I mean, that's true, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to place a queen down here.
The black crop you done in column 5. It can't be 3 and 6. It can't be 2 and 4. How many queens are there per column at maximum one? How many queens and columns are there? 9 queens, 9 columns. There has to be a 9 in that column, or a queen in that column.
I guess on a regular chessboard, the goal is to place 8 queens.
Yes, you're placing 9 queens.
Yeah, but a regular chessboard would be 8 by 8. I guess I was sort of thinking like, I don't know. Okay, so I do have to have a queen in every row, and every column. Not necessarily every box. Okay, so if I have to have a queen in there, well, then that rules it out of those two. Yeah, I guess for some reason I thought on like the like regular chessboard, the 8 by 8 chessboard, it was how many queens you can place, but that is, well, 8. So the tricky part is the fact that they can't be, they can't see
Since,
each
by
other
the
by
way, I
diagonals.
already got a lot of the solved path.
That's all right.
But I think looking at low digits in column 5 is something right
Because
about now.
the 3 and because we know that these are real digits here, and they're low. Could I do a 1-2 down here? Well, that would break this, because I need at least one low digit here. And I can't do 2 and 4, so that's not allowed. So, I can't do an 8 and a queen, so 4's required, so that's a 2. Excuse me.
Well, in that German whisper, since there's only one low digit.
A 1.
Well, of course, is the 8 on the Kropke dot a real 8, or is that just?
It could be a real 8 or it could be a queen. So, I mean, if the queen ends up being here, then that's a real 8. But if I place a queen there, then I can place the 8 wherever I want. This is a 4 with either an 8 or a queen.
And where does 5 go in that column?
It could be the queen.
Oh, right.
Although, if I placed the 5 here, let's say 5 wasn't the queen.
It would have to be bounded by 4 and 6.
But
Unless
I already know the real 4 is here. So 5 is the queen. That is there. Although, that's not true.
5 could also be the queen on top, yeah.
Exactly. But that does mean that this is 4, 5, or 8. Because you can't place a real 5 here. So if I place a queen on here, that couldn't be a queen. Then the queen would have to be a 5. Because that would end up being a real digit.
Fours might help now. Yeah, because look where 4s are in rows 1 and 2. Or boxes 1 and 2. So where does 4 go in box 3?
Well, I'd have to put a 4 here. So this would be a 3, 4 pair. And you'd have to place a 9 in the middle. Because we know that's all real. Then going across here, that's 1, 3, 4, 5. Not a 1. 3 and 5 are out, so that's a 2, 4 pair. We know it can't be a 4, so that's a 2. Which makes that a 3 and 4.
6, 7, 8.
4, 9, 3, 2, 5.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the 1.
And we know that that's a real 1. Okay, well this has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9, so this has to be low. And it cannot be a queen, because if it was, it would be a 6, and I couldn't put a 1 there. So then this is now 1, 3, 4, and it also cannot be a queen, because then it would be a 6, which could not pair with 5 or 7 here. One, 2, 4, 9, 3. Is this forced to be a 5? Because I can't put a 5 over here because of the 5 there. That can't be a 5 because it's on the German whisper line. That's a German whisper line. So that is a real 5. Even if that's a queen,
then you
it still
can
has
place
to be.
the 5 in box 5 now.
Right. Because even if that is a queen, it still has to be from the digits 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Could this be a queen? If it was, its value would be 6, and I'd have to place a 1 here, which would have to be a real 1. So that's not a queen. Which means one of those two is a queen, which is going to rule out the whole rest of the column, because now it has to be an X-wing. And now that one can't be a queen. And now if that's a queen, that's a 1. And that could be 5 or 7. If this was a queen, it'd be surrounded by 7 and 9, and then I place an 8 and a 6. Well, real values, 1, 2, and 3 are all out. It can't be a 4 because I know the real 4 is on here. And now I can't be a real 5, but it could be a queen. Which, if this was a 6, I'd have to put a real 5 around it. But that's not possible for multiple reasons.
The Electron says, yeah, I'd suggest to take a very good look at that white crop view chain for a bit, going through possible combinations.
A 7 would put a real 8 on either side. which would actually have to be here. It would go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Because you can't put a 5 on a crop, or not a crop, German whisper line. Which we know that would end up being a 4-5 pair.
Well, it doesn't look like 5 could be anywhere else in that column.
Well, the 5 could be the
But
queen.
5 could be a queen, right?
Yeah, and so could 6. Right now I'm eliminating, like, if it's real values.
And could the 7 have 8s on both sides?
Yes. You could have a real 8 on one No. No, it couldn't. Because one side would have to be a real 8, the other would be a queen. But if it's a real 7, then one of them is a queen. So on this side, the real 8 would have a 9, a real 9. But then on this side, you have an 8 that is a queen, and then you couldn't put a 9 as a queen here, or a 7. And the same is true if this was a queen, and this was a real 8, a real 7, a real 8. That couldn't be a queen, because then it would eliminate that side. So 7 has to go in order.
And Eltron said, yeah, the answer is no, but I wanted to point it out.
It can't have a real value of 9. And it can't have a real value Wait, could it have a value of 8? Okay, the only way it's a real 8 would have to place a 9 on one side, but then it would have to then be a real 8 on the other side. So this can't be a real 8. So it's either a real 7, or it's a queen, which would allow a 9 to be surrounded by an 8 as a queen and a real 8. Because you'd put let's say the 9 here, a real 8 there, 9, 8, a real 7, and a real 6. Or you do the real 9, a real 8, a real 7, and a real 6. Okay, if this is a real 7, then it would have to be 6, 8.
Maybe
5,
pencil
7.
mark those options for the other cells. 5 can't go on a German whisper.
Right, so this would be a 5, 8. I'm saying the words all wrong, but that's okay. Now, this 8 could be a queen. If this is a queen, we get a 9 on either side, followed by a real 8. And then on the other side, it would be a 7, followed by a real 6. Either case, this is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not okay. Let's say not 2, but you already eliminated the 2.
Yeah. Now, if this is a queen, then that would be 4, 8. But if it's a 7, that doesn't have to be an 8. Although if this is a 7, then that has to be a 4, 5. So if this was 4, 8, a real 4, 8, then that would be a 5 as the queen. So the only possible values are 7 or 5. No, that's not true. Yes, it is true. Because if this is 4, 5, that has to be a 7, which was the only real value it could be. And then if this is not 4, 5, it's 4, 8, then that has to be a 5, which would then be the queen. So this is either a 7 or it's a 5. Okay. Well, the queen is a 5, so I'm just going to take that out. Or maybe I... Okay, I can't use the number pad over here if I want numbers. 8, 7, 6. So this being a 5 isn't going to impact the row. Okay. Well, one of those two is a real 1. or I guess more accurately is the digit 1, not necessarily a real one. Because I can still put a queen here or here, forcing that to be a queen. It's not a 1. Doesn't feel helpful.
Ultron says, I believe row 4, column 9 can only be 1, 4, or 9.
Can never be a 5, and it can't be 2 or 3. And then this one,
Well, the top can't be a 6 because it would have to go to 1.
right. So 6, 7, and 8 are all out. That could be
Of
a
course,
queen,
it could be a queen.
which is just makes it a 6, which forces that to be a 1. I guess that could be a queen too. Okay, I guess this one cannot be a queen because it cannot be valued as 9.
Electron says, I think I remember there being some problem with row 9, column 4 is a queen with resulting queen positions. Maybe take a look at that.
Well, it would have to be those two and that one. And then that one. No, not necessarily. So that and that. Because this one would see that one. Those two would be out. But those two are still possibilities. That would be ruled out. There. Those two would be out. We rule that one out. That one would be ruled out. This one would rule that one out. Those two rule that out. That rules those out. And now I don't have a queen down here.
They've got 3 in the row. You've got the 3 rows. You have the 3 columns.
That's true.
No.
No, this whole column is ruled out.
Right.
It can't be in these 3 because I got these 3 rows. And I guess this whole column, or excuse me, this row is ruled out as well. Because this box is ruled out. This box is ruled out. The X-wing here rules it out of those two. And this is ruled out because of that one. And those two rule those out. Okay, so this one can't be it. That one. We'll force those two. That one and that one will be out. Except these two see each other. So that can't be
also row 1, column 5 is similar, but a lot simpler. Oh, excuse me, row 1, column 6. Apparently you can't read.
Queen, queen, queen. That one pulls that out. This one pulls these 3. One doesn't touch those.
Well, now the queen
out.
possibilities in box 1 are eliminated.
Oh. How did that happen? This one sees that one, and that one sees that one.
Right, and which pushes into the in.
So it had to be one of those two. Okay. So that it can't be. We know it's one of those 3. If this was a queen, I want to pick this one. So
Follow the diagonal up from box 5, the one that's.
So this one forces that one. It rules out that one. This rules out all that. Takes that one out. this one pulls that one out. Now, one of those two pulls that out.
Follow the diagonal down from box 1.
Main diagonal takes that out. Now, it has to be one of those two, so it can't be that one. And that ruled out this whole column. And then just to check, those were ruled out sooner. That one was ruled out by that one. This one's ruled out by the given one. That one was ruled out sooner. This is ruled out by one of those two being required. This one's ruled out by both of those, and this one's ruled out by the given one. So that's not it. So,
Cool.
test.
Also, there's just one queen in row 6.
Well, we don't know for certain if that's
6.
one.
Column 6. Column 6.
Well, I already knew that.
So that's definitely the queen.
Yeah, but I was looking at this column. If I given this as a queen, how can I place a queen here? This one rules out that one, and that one. Those are ruled out by previous ideas. This one forces there, which rules that out. This one forces this and that.
Yeah, Elytron says yes, that logic was all correct.
Okay.
But yes, there is only one queen in column 6. So that one is the queen for that column.
Oh. Okay. So that's not a 4, and that is.
So then you can follow anything that sees that queen there in box 2 can be eliminated as queen. Column 4 is one of
these
which eliminates the 1. So that is an actual 7. Right?
Yes. So that means this is 8 for a queen, that's a 9. That's a 6, and that's a 5. 6, 6, 7, 8 pair places a 9, and a 6 places a 6 there. 6, 6, this one's not a 5. 7, 8 come out. That one's not a 6. 3, 9, take 8 out. So that's a 2, 4 pair. This is 1 and 3.
Okay, if in column 5, if the top one is the queen,
Yeah.
then for column 4, and then follow those 2 diagonals up to the left for column 1.
And they both see that one. So
Right. So that one cannot
that's
be the queen.
4. Three pair.
Yeah, follow the diagonal up from that 5 that's the queen, because it takes you up to oh, I'm on the wrong spot. Never mind. Never mind.
Diagonals are hard to follow.
Yeah, and I sometimes really have trouble with them. Row 5 has only 2 possibilities for queen, so it eliminates the one that's in row 6. There's Eltron says there's a really cool, unusual X-wing on queens in this position, which I find very cool.
These. Yeah. So this one and that one, or this one and that one, and then you can't place another queen on the diagonal, so this one can't be a queen because it would break those two. So this is a queen, although it could still be an 8.
Yeah, but that it eliminates.
Oh, that's ruled out. This is ruled out. That has to be a queen now. So this is 6, so this can't be 5 because it's on the German Whisper. It's a 7, that's a 1, that's not. Those aren't. This one isn't a 7. That's not a 7.
Yeah, Electron said it's some sort of diagonal X-wing, which I haven't seen before. Yeah, that is really cool. Follow the diagonal up from box 8 to the left.
There we go. That's not a queen, so it's a 1. That becomes 3, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 is a 2, so that's not a 6, that's not a 2. That's apparently a 3, an 8, a 7, an 8, not 8, not 3, not 3.
Ooh, Electron's saying, now that you've got the queen positions figured out, a fun fact. There are exactly 365 legal queen positions. Could have them in.
That can't be
Place
3.
9 queens on a 9x9 board without attacking each other.
That is a lot of different ways. You said 365. So not quite one for every day of the year, because you've got that pesky quarter of a day. But on most years, you could do one different version every day. Where do I put 1 in here? Not there. Not there. 5 and 3 aren't 1. Can't put a 1 there, so that's 1. That faces 6 and 1. Um,
6, 8, 9.
And 6 has to be one of those two, because there's no other 6s in here. So that's not a 6. One, 2, 8, 3, and 9. These two aren't 5. That one's not a 7. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not 4, 6, or 9. 1, 3, 6, and 9, and not 7s.
The crappy dot in column 2 has to be from 6, 7, and 8. I believe.
3,
It
9,
can't be 1 and
1.
can't be
That's not
2.
5. That's 7. 2 is 1 and 3. This one can't be
5.
4 because that can't be 5.
Well, in column 3, the 5 has to be there in box 2. So a 4
Right.
would see both 3 and 5.
And that has to be even, so this is a 7 now. 6, 8, 6, 4, 2, 3, 7. 5, 6 pair, the 4 is out, so that's a 7. 8, 2, 8, 2, not a 7. Apparently that's just a 5. 8, 7, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 4. Apparently that's just a 9. That's just a 2, 1, and 3. 2 and 1 are out. 8, 4, 2, 9, 5. That has to be an 8. A 4, a 6, a 9. 5, not 5. 4, 8, 7. 8 and 4 are out. 8 is out there. 5 and 6. 2 and not 2. That is a queen, that is an 8. 6, 9, 1, 8. 8 and 7. I'm glad I resisted the urge to make that a 2, knowing that it was a queen.
4 and 6.
Because that was my first instinct when I realized that that could be a queen. Or that it had to be a queen. I was like, oh, it has to be a queen, so therefore it's a 2. Wait, no, that's not how that works. But yeah, that was a hard puzzle. Solution code IBS, row 9. 6, 4, 7, too many 7s. 2, 5, 3. 8, 1, 9. Submit. And very nice. Very hard. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah. Yes, I do like the unnecessary queens in column 4 and column 9. No, that's a necessary queen. Oh, I guess technically 7 and 8 are consecutive, but technically it's a 6. But being a 6 and an 8 means it works both ways. But yeah. But yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, that was fun. Let's see. Alright, so this one was paired with Where Are You Going? In the Imposter Challenge. So let's take a look at that one. Hopefully we have enough time. I didn't see...
Line 28.
Line 28?
That's our time. It's almost 9. It's basically 9:30.
I heard line 28, and I'm like, I don't know
no,
what that
9.
means.
Guess I should work on my enunciation.
Nah, it could just be my brain being goofy. Oh, apparently,
Yeah, Eltron said setting that puzzle was really out of my comfort zone because it isn't really my style.
mm-hmm. Did Justin B not post it on the
Logic
Logic
Masters.
Masters Germany? I'm not seeing it. I sort of guessed that you would have linked, yeah, because these two are linked to Logic Masters Germany, but this one just goes to the Sudoku Pad app. So, yeah, I guess it's not here because unless they named it something different. Where Are You Going? Wasn't posted in here. It would have to be around 17 September. But it's definitely not that one. Alright, well.
Yeah, Eltron said, yeah, I think he never put it on Sudoku Pen.
Alright. Well, that doesn't mean we're not going to take a look at it. So, Where Are You Going? By Justin Vitanza. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Each cell with digit n points to a cell in the grid according to the following rules. 1. The cell faces the same direction as going from 5 to n on the Sudoku pad keyboard. You can flip it. Or equivalently in the direction from box 5 to box n. 1 points northwest, 2 points north, 4 points west, etc. Okay. Also, I think that one's reasonably hard, and I'd like to help you, but it's already late here, so I think I'll rewatch this tomorrow. Sounds good. Although if it's reasonably hard, we may not get through all of it, because I have to be a little bit stricter with bedtime. Anyway, cells with 5s always point to themselves. 2, the cell points to a cell that is n cells away. If moving orthogonally, the grid wraps around to the opposite edge. When moving diagonally, wrap to the other end of the same diagonal. Example, the given
Good night,
6...
Eltron.
Good night. When moving diagonally, wrap to the other end of the same diagonal. Example, the given 6 in row 8, column 4 points to row 8, column 1, which points to row 7, column 2. If a cell points at another, then both are in the same chain. Each chain is either wholly shaded or wholly unshaded. Shaded and unshaded cells form a valid yin-yang, that is, no 2x2 area is wholly shaded or unshaded, and all shaded cells are orthogonally connected, as are all unshaded cells. These rules are complicated. Okay. And, of course, since I have the keypad flipped, I need to unflip it for the pointing
Maybe
to
we
be...
should just start with basic Sudoku.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, we've got 1
3
and
could
4
be
in
placed
here.
in box 1.
That's true.
8 can be put down to 2 spots in box 3.
So 2 spots in 2 then. I'm going to take the 1s out for a moment because they're in multiple places, or in 3 instead of 2. 4 here.
Yeah.
6s. Okay, maybe systematic 1s. Okay, that seems to be all the information from 1s. 2s. Because 2s are like that. Like that. Still like there. Oh, there. 3s. Fours. Fives, 6s. Sevens, 8s. And then I don't... Oh, there's 1 9. Okay. The cell faces the same direction as going... Okay. So from 5 to the digit. And then it points to the cell that's n cells away. So 8 points down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 points this way, and then it would go along this diagonal to show up here. 1 there.
Yeah, but it's going from 5 to 1.
Say again? Yeah, 5 to 1 goes upright.
Oh, just that. Yeah.
4 points left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this 2 points up 2. One, two, three, four. So, I mean, I guess technically this is part of that chain. Six is going to go to 6. Five is itself, so that's not even important. Nine is diagonally downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this 9 points there. Those two are connected. And then 8 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 6 and 7 are connected. 7 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that connects there. 4, 6 and 2 are connected. That 3 goes to there. Two, three, 4. So this is purple. One wraps around here. 5 is self. 4 goes the other way around. 3, never read yet. 2 goes up 2. Okay, it's the lighter version of blue. Hopefully those don't get close to each other. And I guess this 3 connects here. It's the darker version of green. Oh, what about this 3? That connects there. That version. Okay. Need to swap out black for about this version. Because the reason is that orange and red okay. It's a yin-yang puzzle. The two colors are so you've either got shaded or unshaded, and the two regions are orthogonally connected. So all of the shaded digits are together, and all of the unshaded digits are together. And go ahead.
So if it's part of a chain, is that going to be shaded?
No, the chain is either wholly shaded or wholly unshaded.
Right, okay.
So the chains just mean they're grouped together. So what is this for? 4 connects to this 2. So okay, orange is getting ready. Like, if orange and red are different, like let's say orange is shaded, then red is unshaded. Then red and light green here would have to both be unshaded because it would need to escape because you can't trap unless everything out here is shaded, but I don't think that's the case, especially because that one can't be, and this is going to have to connect somehow to that over there, and this is going to have to connect to that over there, and yellow has to connect. In fact, how does this connect down there? And here. Maybe not. But if these are the same, though, then this is unshaded. Because we can't create any 2x2s, which is why I was looking for things like this.
Right.
Because this pink here, the 4, 6, and 1, those feel incredibly important. Okay. Can pink and light blue be the same? My answer to that question is no, because how would this corner work? It can't be the same as pink and light blue, but it also can't be different, because then it would be trapped. So we can say that pink is unshaded and light blue is shaded. And that means that this corner is unshaded. Which I have to denote somehow, but it'll eventually get a color and be fine.
Right.
So having learned that, then what? We know that that's unshaded.
If the if we want the that purple one,
Uh-huh.
it goes to that one. If that's a 2,
It would go up 2.
well,
But
we
if
know
this
that
was the 2, then that's going to be unshaded, which will make that unshaded, which will make that shaded.
that's a chain, not a ring.
Right. And the chains don't
So,
necessarily have to, like, this 8 comes down to here, and this 4 comes to there. And then this might end up, like, going off to, I don't know, that one.
right, yeah. Well, no, it's that corner up there. One or the other has to escape, but not necessarily both.
Yeah. If I pick 4 here, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4 there. If I pick 4 here, it would go to that. This isn't 3 or 7, and it's not 4. Or 8. Well, it could be a 2, in which case it'll join red. It could be a 1, which it would just point at itself. If it's a 5, it points at itself. A 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Point there. And then 9 would also point at itself. Wait, 1, 5, and 9 point at itself. 2 joins 3, and 6 goes over here. Either way we place a 2 is going to place an unshaded digit down here. And I guess the 8 here really refers to the digit above. So 8 either joins the 1 being unshaded or joins the 4 being shaded. Okay, if 8 is shaded, then all of this is shaded. It would have to be, because if any of this was unshaded, 8 would have to go around it to connect down to the yellow corner. And by doing so would cut it off. And because we know that this is shaded, and therefore has to connect somehow, this cannot be shaded. So that's unshaded. Therefore, this one also has to be, this whole row has to be shaded, or excuse me, unshaded, because if it wasn't, then we'd have to go around it to connect over here. Which means this and this are unshaded. Some progress is made. Okay. If these were unshaded, they would have to connect and lock this out. So therefore, all of this is shaded. Which means orange is shaded, red is shaded here, this is shaded, this has to be shaded, this has to be unshaded, and it has to escape.
Between boxes 4 and 7.
4 and
Oh
7.
no, okay, never mind. Those aren't. Yeah, those are those 3 are shaded, right?
Right. Yeah. So that one's
That's
unshaded.
unshaded. Box 8 in the bottom. Box
Right.
8.
These 3.
Those 3 are.
Now, you can't make checkerboards. So these are all unshaded. If I made this shaded, I'd end up with the checkerboard, and there isn't a way to
Right.
connect a checkerboard without
Right.
without breaking it, without isolating something.
Well, between box 1 and 2, there's 2 shaded and 1 unshaded.
Right.
No
So
checkerboard.
that one's shaded. And now these 3 are
And there's
shaded.
right.
So regardless of which one is 2, it has to be unshaded up here. But that's fine. I kind of hope it's this one, because that would guarantee that all of that is unshaded. But what's left over in this box? 1, 4, 6, 3, 8. These two can't be 2, these two can't be 7. 5 would point to itself, and 9 would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's past 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I have
And
to
I'm
be...
tired. You're tired.
Yeah. Okay. We will return to this puzzle next time. So let me put this on here. Yeah. All right. Transition to talking. Yeah. I don't have much to say other than the standard YouTube engagement stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the notification bell, share the video. And once you have done that, then I hope you have a wonderful day. Anything that you want to say before we sign off, Mama?
Night, night.
Good night. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.